Oh, welcome to the party, pal. Your for the neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. Just having some coffee from my Master Chaos mug, as I do. Well, since you're here, why don't we have a little fun? Let's head on over to IMDB and let's pick out 5 of the greatest, most memorable, classic. I'm talking about classic, certified classic 80s action movies. And let's see what their lowest star rating is. Let's go find 1-star ratings for 5 of the greatest 80s action movies ever made. Do they exist? Do these movies have 1-star ratings? Let's find out, you and I. Let's do it. Go. Boom. Let's go. Boom. Okay, let's kick things off with a banger. The classic Lethal Weapon, 1987. Of course, directed by Dick Donner and written by Shane Black. Put Shane Black on the map, for goodness sake. This is one of the greatest cop movies ever made. Ever made. Does anybody think it sucks? Let's find out. Well, yeah. There's two people with horrible taste. Horrible taste. That's fine. We can't all love the same thing, but Jesus. 1 star? Okay. Looking back, this was a dumb movie, says Clear Blue Piece. Okay, I'll admit that when I saw this movie upon its release, I thought it was the most awesome cop movie I had ever seen. It's only upon looking back with the benefit of 21 years of experience, ooh, fancy boy, that I can see it truly is a dumb movie, one that doesn't hold up to scrutiny, a total departure from real life. No shit! Movies are supposed to be real life, you idiot. I'm not going to criticize. I don't know why they bother to make these brainless movies. Are they made just to placate the dumb crowd who wouldn't know a real police activity if it jumped up and arrested them? This series got stupider and stupider as it went along. More insulting to the viewer's intelligence in each installment. I'll never watch one of these movies again. They're for idiots. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't need you. And then down here, Ray says A1 for bad acting. What? Can acting really be this bad? Yes, it can. I've seen only bad films from Mel, but this surely is his worst. Wow. Here's a Mel Gibson hater right here. Wow. That is I'm speechless. Next movie. John Matrix in the House. This is one of the most badass movies ever made. 1985's Commando, of course, directed by Mark L. Lester. Does anyone think it's a piece of garbage? Does anyone? Well, it's got a 6.7. I can see the star rating there. That's not high, but for some action movies, that's pretty decent. Does anyone think it's a total piece of shit? Let's find out. Well, it's got 1 more than Lethal Weapon, so it's I guess slightly worse than Lethal Weapon. Let's find out what these people have to say. All right, if you haven't already seen this movie, then don't. Please save yourself because it's too late for me. There are so many flaws in this movie. I just don't know where to begin. First off, that scene where Arnold jumps out of the plane, complete BS. But yes. You're supposed to suspend disbelief. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Then that scene when the chick shoots the police van with the rocket launcher and magically the gas tank doesn't blow up. And then at the end when Arnold somehow throws a huge metal pipe with perfect precision. And why did steam come out of the bad guy's body? But all spoilers aside, stay far, far away from this movie for your own good. Steam comes out of the body because the internal body's hot. That's actually a really amazing detail that they put that in there. Your blood is hot. Your internal organs are hot. So this is a thing. This is a scientific thing. If you cut a body open, steam will come out of you. Commando, the worst movie I don't mind watching. The old Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay, don't even try to spell it, man. Movie called Commando is possibly the worst movie ever made. It is at a dead heat with that John Wayne movie called Genghis Khan and Exorcist at the beginning. The movie is so bad, I watch it now and then just to get a laugh. It really is incredible how much money is put into these movies and the extent to which it is wasted on horrible punchlines and bad story plots. If you remember this movie, you may have seen the last scene. Oh my god, when Arnold rips a pipe off the wall and sticks it through the bad guy's chest. It mentions the same thing. I like this horrible movie. It is hilarious. You like it, but you give it 1 star? It doesn't make no sense. Beyond stupid. This guy. This is one of the worst movies I've ever watched. Terrible acting, unrealistic scenes, plot holes galore. Arnie manages to kill hundreds of bad guys, and he is unhurt. Yeah, It's an 80s action movie, man. What do you expect? It's supposed to be goofy fun. It's over the top. That's what we love about them. What are you talking about? Before we continue with the last 3 movies that I'm going to be taking a look at today, I want to check in with you and make sure that you're subscribed. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. You're from the Neighborhood Mastercast. That's me. Comes at you daily with your daily dose of movie love. Now, this channel is a variety channel for movie fans and TV fans alike. If you love physical media, if you love Hollywood news, if you love Blu-ray shopping, if you love Black Friday, if you want to know about sales going on, discounts, all that good stuff, your friendly Neighborhood Mastercast has got you covered. So, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, give me a thumbs up. Before we continue, that tells YouTube that, the video's legit and this channel is fun. So, Commando got me as curious as a lesbian in an all-you-can-eat fish buffet, and I thought, let me find something similar to Commando, the same kind of feeling, the same kind of energy, and see if anybody's shitting on that film. And of course, I picked Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Now, I think we can all agree that First Blood Part 2 is the most action-packed and probably the best in the franchise. I love the first one. I think the first one is probably a better movie, but Part 2 just has the action, and it has that Commando-type action of just like him blowing everything up at the end with arrows. So let's see if anybody's taking a big old steaming dump on Rambo 2. Well, this is about as shocking as all the dwarves hiding out in the town glory hole. Rambo, First Blood Part 2 has plenty of 1-star reviews. Shocking. Let's go through a few of them here. This is insane. Jingoism gone rampant. Okay, that's a political thing. I'm just going to skip that one. Stupid propaganda of the worst kind. Yeah, I can't argue with that. It is kind of what it is. Awful. I remember, I loved this movie when it came out. I was 12 years old, had a Commodore 64, and loved to play Rambo on it. Rambo was a crap game. I was therefore really thrilled when I got to buy this movie really cheap. I put it in my VCR and started up. Man, this movie is really bad. Your VCR? What? This review is from 2001. Do you still have a VCR? Okay, this is a strange person. Moving on. Today, this movie was on AMC. I had the misfortune to tune in. Or maybe it was fortune. There's not a single element of this movie that I personally could not have made better in the first 5 minutes, and I know nothing. Screenplay, direction, sound, editing, music, acting, whatever, you name it. No part of it makes any sense. There is no point of using any examples like in the scene where, because every scene is equally awful. It's hilarious in its stupidity. Wow, you know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Why would the government have any interest in resurrecting that maniac, John Rambo? He's locked in a quarry making little rocks out of big rocks. At least at that place, he can't hurt anybody. Let him rot there. That's not a bad take. I can't argue with that one. Rambo's okay, but Chuck Norris is way better. Well, that's where we differ. Boy, I'm beginning to worry about the state of movies and movie fans in general, so I decided to check in with one of my favorite movies of all time. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite cop movie of all time. Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. Classic film. Maybe it's because it's got humor in it. Maybe it's because Eddie Murphy kills it and comes out swinging in a signature role for him. But this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can watch this over and over again and not be bored or tired of it. It is a wonderful movie. How could anybody give this 1 star? What? There's one 1-star review here, and it's not even a bad one. Love this movie. One Eddie's good comedies from the 80s. He acts funny, like you just want to be his mate in this movie. Why'd you give it 1 star, bro? What the hell is that? Huh? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm glad to see that it doesn't have any real 1-star reviews. Let's check 2 stars. No 2-star reviews either. Attaboy, Axel Foley. All right, my man. That's awesome. I'm not going to go any further because we're looking at 1 star specifically. Hey, Beverly Hills Cop wins. But I promised you 5. And I think we should go to the granddaddy of action movies, of 80s action movies. Well, forget that. The greatest action movie of all time. Of course, I'm talking about Action USA from 1989, directed by Jon Stewart. And of course, I'm kidding. As much as I love this movie, the greatest action movie ever made, without a doubt, is this son of a bitch right here. Die Hard, 1988. An amazing film. I don't need to go into any kind of details on the plot here. You know Die Hard. You know it. Because it's so dang good. But does anybody have the balls to give this 1 star? Only one way to find out. Well, it's official. The IQ of the country has dropped because Die Hard has many 1-star reviews. Let's just peruse this real quick. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's gonna be infuriating. Utter tosh. Okay, that's not an American because that's not an American phrase. I know everyone seems to like this film, but I struggled to sit through it. It was just one long series of gunshots and explosions, with reality taking a back seat throughout. The plot was just an excuse to justify the violence, which was the film's main driver. If you like mindless shootouts and unbelievable action, you'll like this. If you don't, you won't. I don't! What? Idiot! Mindless action. What do you expect from these movies, man? What do they expect when they go see a movie? Do they expect reality? The shit doesn't happen in real life. Useless. Dumb. Action. Action. Stupid. Unrealistic action. Hollywood action roles where the hero's shirt is ripped off in the first reel so you can see how much time he has been spending at the gym to impress our rusty eyes. What? Another cynical person. Now, here's the thing. These people are coming, I'm pretty sure, coming at the movie late. They didn't grow up with it. But still, even if you didn't grow up with it, my kids didn't grow up with it. I introduced Die Hard to my kids and they love it. They love it. This is not a good movie. I remember when the trailer for this hit TV before it came out, and first thing I thought, First Blood. John J. Rambo took on a small-town police department and weekend warriors all by himself in First Blood. He did nothing wrong, just wanted something to eat. Die Hard, a single man takes on terrorists in L.A. Copycat! One last thing that this action thriller is not, a Christmas movie! Boring? How can anybody? No, it's just no. How can anybody think Die Hard is a boring movie? On no level is that a boring movie. On no level can it be called a boring movie. This person does not know how to watch movies. It is such a terribly boring movie. I will never understand how this is a highly regarded film, especially when the script direction and acting is so illogical. John McClane has got to be the most stupid cop around. His actions are illogical and downright stupid. No, I'm not reading any more of that. You're an idiot. Out of the world action movie. I didn't know this was a science fiction movie. Meaningless action out of the world. Unrealistic action scenes of the protagonist. Pathetic scream pally. Oh yeah, okay. Pathetic scream pally. Okay, that was probably written by Tommy Wiseau. It's okay. It just doesn't flatter me. It just doesn't flatter me for some reason? What the hell does that mean? Oh, okay, so this is the last one. So, I might as well read it. Total garbage. DH1 had quite some Hollywood stuff in it, you know? Things that simply don't happen. But DH2 is not only overly full of it. Oh, well, why are you... What? Holding patterns and crashing planes? Why are you reviewing part 2? Why are you in part 2, idiot? This is part 1. Well, that's completely discounted. But the fact that anybody thinks Die Hard is boring and utterly dumb is mind-boggling. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. 1-star reviews of great movies, or 10-star reviews, or more 10-star reviews of bad movies. Let me know. I'm curious. I'll give you what you guys are more interested in checking out. Well, pal, if that don't beat Granny to death with a wet banana, I don't know what will. Signing off for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're not subscribed, do so now. Hit the bell. Give me that thumbs up before you leave. I'll be here tomorrow. I hope you will be as well. For everybody returning, remember, your friendly neighborhood Mastercast loves you just the way you are. You're worthy. You matter. And I also matter, but I remain to be continued.